James, what's good, man? It ain't nothing right now, man. On these charts a little bit. Just for a tad bit. So I came on Instagram just now because I'm gonna be getting off soon. So I don't have that much time to be on the charts right this second. Probably like another 20 minutes waiting for my wife to finish doing what she's doing. Whoa. Oh man, excuse me. Oh, you got no trades this week. Okay. Yeah, this was one of them weeks where you either could have had trades or at the same time you may have not had any trades. The market was doing a bunch of different things. There was a lot of inconsistency too this week. Like, I think that there was news related stuff going on that just kept the market moving around a lot. So, but you know how that go. It is what it is. What's up, Jelani? Yep, it is what it is. Ben Ski, what's good? Yeah, today we actually had there were two MRMHs on the chart today. In spite of there being two of them, the market still, at least while I was watching, it didn't give any follow through trades. Nope. And that kind of goes to show you that the market just end up doing whatever it feel like doing because, you know, it was able to position itself enough to give off the permission, but it didn't want to give up the follow through. So, you know, it's one of them things. It's like, all right, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. My time is way off. Really? Yeah, but overall, good week, man. Overall, very good week. I knew this week training was going to be very good, and it was. I could tell from last week that this week would once again elevate the way that we do things. Jen Picks, what's happening? Trying to see if I knew who that was. Jennifer, maybe? I know a few Jennifers, not sure. Yeah, but overall market was doing what it always does. I'm always gonna say that. I'm gonna stick to that because that's really what goes on. That's what the market does, man. You know? That is what the market does. Yeah, I'm on the charts now, taking another look, and So far, I'm still seeing like just kind of what I was seeing earlier when I was on. It'll be just having a lot of like velocity in the movement. King Smart, what's happening? A lot of velocity to the movement. I know that's a new word, right? I know y'all like, what? Come on, Mark, don't start. Yeah, velocity has to do with the way that the speed is moving. Speed shows up in a different ways. So it's like sometimes the speed is it has like a rhythm to it. Other time the speed is moving in bursts, like where it'll just pop. It'll be big moves, 4 or 5 micropips in one shot after it was stalling first. You know, so we call that like stall and pop, whatever. But the fact that the market is doing that, and the fact that we know how to recognize the speed regardless, the speed is always distinguishable. Like you always know that it's there. And when there's element of speed that's inherent in the market, what it does is it throws off the stability in the market. And that's why it creates a problem for people. Now, most people don't know that it's creating a problem for them. Most people are just trading like they normally would. But when speed comes in and it starts doing little stuff, little subtle things, if you're not able to pick up on that because, you know, your skill in the market is just not at an elevated level, which is basically everybody. Like the majority of people are like that. Their skill level is not elevated because they don't study the market. You know, but because we actually do study the market, things become revealed to us, and very powerful, you know, informative things that make the difference. Yep, they make the difference, hands down. Man, my internet is sketchy. I hate when it does this. Then it'd be something silly, like if I go across the street, it'll work over there. Stupidity. Oh, excuse me. King Smart said, just joined a couple days ago, been following you for a year, can already see it was a great decision. No doubt. No doubt, man. Without a doubt, hands down. Hands down. That's the first thing I tell everybody on when we start training. I'm like, listen, you made a wise decision. Yeah, man, definitely. It's powerful stuff. It's like when you join Team Alliance, you just got drafted to whoever's about to win the NBA. You just got drafted. And you know it. It's like it be so, you know, it's like it becomes so obvious. Like, yeah, that team right there really plays the game for real. Walker, what up, man? Yeah, this internet is getting on my nerves. It's mad sketchy right here. Come on, man. Why? Why? Really? I literally just backed up 3 inches and the internet is working. But what is that? What is that? I just backed up like 3 inches and now the internet works. Oh my goodness, straight retarded. All right. Walker, did you see it? Did you see anything set up after we had got that second MRMH? My sense of time is all thrown off. I forgot when everything was. I forgot today was Friday. So you already see where my head is. I forgot. Lottie said I moved 1 MP. That's funny. Yep. Move 1 MP, now the internet is working again. Stupid. Seven, 8. This right here looks like it's gonna hold above this 2727, but you can still see the stretchy rubber band like movement still inherent. Look like it's easing up a little bit though. It's easing up. Easing up. Either that's holding or my internet cut off. I think my internet might have cut off. I can't even tell. Yeah, jerk. Yeah, you see that jerk is still there. Yep, still there. Just getting the vibes like always, no doubt. Most recent binary setup, it wasn't ironclad. This one looking sloppy too. Yep, exactly. One thing I did notice today, and I know that some of you definitely picked up on it as well. You notice today that the way that the speed kept coming back, like it would drift, it would slow down, and then the speed would start to come back, but it was doing it very like, it wasn't solid. Like I like when the market just does solid speed or solid not speed. It was doing like a little in-between transitionary thing for mad long. Like for longer amounts of time than you normally would be used to seeing. And then what you know, versus what you would prefer to even be present for. Like that's what I was finding earlier when I was on. And I'm like, are you trying to speed up or what are you doing? It's like I'm trying to see, is it speeding up or is it transitioning? Did it just speed for that one binary, then slow back down? Like, what are you doing? What is it doing? So it was like a lot of kind of indecision of speed. That's something that you normally would see with behavior. You don't really see too much of that with the speed. Usually the speed, you know, it accelerates, gradually slows down, then it slows down. Once it's slow, it begins to gradually, you know, you'll see speed bursts or something like that maybe first, and then it will gradually just start getting faster and moving around more. So it was like one of them type of things, but it was more so the market just not deciding that it wanted to lock into either being slow or being fast. It was like doing a lot of in-betweenish type of speed movement. Like, that's just something that I noticed today. I noticed that about today in particular. And I might be overthinking it, who knows? It just seemed like it was obvious to me today. Bensky said nothing after the second MRMH. Okay, what's up, Jay Carly? All right, cool. Nothing after the second one. Okay. See, it's like the speed is there, like that. Like the speed is there, and it's trying. It ain't even trying to hide the behavior. The behavior is there too. Speed is like, all right, I'm keeping up with the behavior. Like, I'm gonna move with you, bruh. So you seeing speed in both jerk directions, if that makes sense. Speed in the pull and speed in the push. It's like, what? Like, all right, back to phase one you go. Yeah, and that too. Walker said the MRMHs was kind of rough as well. Yep. They were not the best ones. Not at all. The reason that I even kind of called them to be MRMHs is because I gave the market the benefit of the doubt on those particular binaries to see if there would be any type of continuity of what we saw on the MRMH. And actually, in fact, to see if there would be an improved state after the MRMH. So it's like you got MRMH, you got permission, but you know that we don't do anything anyway without having permission and having the follow through. We got to have both. What's up, Shoebox? Yeah, that's how it's looking. Walker said market got Tourette's today. That's exactly how it's looking. Looking all funny looking. Funny looking and retarded. Yep, you're right about that one. It's funny too because a few people hit me up and were like, they had some good trades today. And I always just, you know, I leave it alone most of the time. I don't even really be bothering nobody when they tell me that, because the best way for us collectively to go about the way that we do things is to record. If you whatever it is that you're doing, if you're practicing, if you're, you know, taking trades, doing what you do, if you learn how to record your trades, that is the best study material that we can possibly have. Because if you're taking the trade, I'm able to see the recording and see what the actual market looked like. Instead of me questioning you, I would rather much more look at how the market looked to understand what you were thinking as far as why you even took the trade. You see what I'm saying? Like, so once again, it's going to help me get in your head. This is for the folks that be taking trades and don't record. If you're going to be taking trades, start recording your trades. Just turn it on and record, because that's some good study. Not just for us, but for you also. One of the best things you can do is study your own trades. Even when you're not, whether you're doing it right or you're not doing it right, whatever you're doing, you need to study your own trade. You need to look back at what the market was actually doing and the timing of what you did, and then figure out if it made sense. Like, go back and question yourself, trades that you took. That's how you do it. Look at what the market was doing during the trades that you actually took, and then question why you took the trade with the timing that you did. Because you're going to see it. You recorded it. You can see what time you clicked in. You can see what you were moving around on the platform. You might have been moving. You might have opened up the ticket late. You could have opened up the ticket too early. Like, it's a bunch of stuff. But the point is that the study of what you've done through your own trades is probably one of the most educational parts of the process, because you have an actual point of reference to use based on something that you did, not based on something that someone else did. Just based on what you did. Now you got a point of reference to use. That's powerful. This is telling us a lot right here. This is telling us a lot right here. This is a lot of information right here. Let's see how it finishes up. A lot of information right there. That's a lot of information right there, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go right back now and watch it again. Wait, let me start it over again. So 54 seconds. 54, 53, 53 seconds had a back tick. 53 seconds had a back tick. "39 seconds, pricing came back in. Indicator moved up one more micro and then back to 6.3. So you see that it moved. It stayed, well, first of all, it stayed within the 3 micro pip range. That's one. Two, there was a level of stability of the price movement, and the pricing was flashing liquidity. The reason that you saw pricing come back in is because that's liquidity that's actually out there on the platform, and you just were able to see it. Like right at 39 seconds, there was liquidity back at a higher price. See, and I study this type of stuff because I'm looking at it like, if there's liquidity there, that means somebody got an order out there who don't really know what they're doing, or They're just putting it out there to see who's going to bite the bait and also see if the market's going to pop. See? They could be betting on, in their mind, they're betting on the market moving kind of similar to how it already has been moving. And they considering whatever else they might be thinking about, which would lead up to why they're, why they got a trade out there sitting out there like that. Now, another thing too is that there's a difference between when you see liquidity out there like that and then when the price is changing because of the indicative. There's a difference. Let me see what y'all talk about. Jelani said, do you think people don't record because they can't handle the feedback if they post it? Hell yeah. That's the main thing. Walker said 35 seconds, I log back out. But yeah, Jelani, that is definitely the main thing. They don't want to be scrutinized. And also I think that knowing that you're recording your actions means now that you are being held accountable. You know that it's like the recording, you know that you're being held accountable because you know somebody's going to watch it. So people don't like the idea of being held accountable. But that's all the more reason why you should do it. That's all the more reason why you should do it, because you just might be the juice man. You just might be the juice man when you're not recording your trades. You record your trades, now you got some accountability going on. And it's, it changes up the dynamic for you personally. So, but I think that you're right. You hit it right on the head. That's what people do. They don't like the feedback that they're going to get. And they know that they're going to get feedback, especially from us. Especially from us. You know that you're going to be held accountable, and the recording is you being held accountable. Like you can't escape it. We're looking at it. So when the questions start coming and everybody's like, yo, you clicked in after the back tick. What happened? Why would you take it after you saw the back tick? Now you got to explain. You know what I'm saying? You got to explain yourself, because you're leaving it open for questions by recording in the first place. Now you got to deal with the repercussions of that. What time is it? 2:15. Is there some type of FOMC something going on? Perhaps. Oh, matter of fact, that was one of the things that happened this week. Actually, there was FOMC stuff going on this week. Definitely. FOMC in particular creates a lot of volatility in the market. So volatility has a combination of various types of speed and behavior built into it automatically. So it can come out in many different forms. Sometimes the form that it comes out in is something that you have not seen a lot of. Not to say that you've never seen it before, but you haven't seen it consistently. So to you, it seemed like it's something new. What's up, shorty? Yeah. Charge this phone up. Is it charging now? Really? Why is it saying to stop? don't understand these phones. These phones be acting crazy. Yeah, but there's I mean there's so much that you're absorbing through the observation mode. You know, like when you just kind of remain in observation mode, it's good to just stay there until the market takes you out of that mode and then you actually get trades. Until the market does that, it's okay to stay there. Like just remain in observation. I know that people get impatient and then they want to trade. You know, they feel like they're not doing anything, or they're missing out on something if they don't actually take trades. That ain't the case at all, man. That's not the case at all. When you're not trading, you're learning the most. And that's no joke. He says Jay Carly hiding. Shorty said, how long did it take you to become profitable? And would you recommend trading every day? Well, I'm going to give you two different perspectives. I became profitable in Forex within the first couple of months of me doing Forex. I became profitable on NADEX within about 4 to 5 months. And the majority of my time was spent studying. Because by the time I realized that it was the market itself is what is the reason why you are going to win or lose trades. Once I came to that realization, I committed to studying. Notice, like, and I want you to follow with me, because there's definitely value in what I'm giving you now because of what you're asking. Like, you asking, should you trade every day? No, because that's almost like a loaded question to me. What makes you think that there will be a trade every day? You see, now me asking that question is redirecting the focus of what your perspective actually is. You might feel like, well, you know, if you got skill, you should be able to trade every day. The skill is not in being able to trade every day. The skill is in only trading when you know you're going to win. Come on, what y'all doing out here? Alright. Yeah, the skill is in knowing that you're gonna win your trades. I don't want to trade every day if I think there's a possibility of me not winning. If there's a slight possibility of me not actually making money and potentially losing money, I don't want to trade at all. I'd rather keep all of my money in my account. I won't trade. If I believe that, if I feel that way. Now, that brings me into the next question. What are you doing that is giving you confidence that you will not lose in the market? Like, that's the next question. So then it becomes a matter of you have, like, now you need self-awareness. Yo, hold on a second. Yeah.
We pretty much done. If you can make the U-turn and give her flip-flops. She need her flip-flops. No, but if you put your sandals on, your feet gonna get messed up. You gotta make sure that they dry.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ready. If you're not ready, then let's just wait.
Like 10 minutes, 2:30, I'll be ready.
10 minutes?
It's gonna go by fast. I'm almost finished.
No, she's already in, so to get out of here. All right.
It's 8 minutes from there.
All right.
All right, hold on, I ain't knock out my audio. Yeah, can you still hear? You can still hear? Okay. All right, so because I want to finish my point, that's why I told my wife to wait for a second. Once you figure out how not to lose, now you got to do it. So it's just like if I tell you, yo, you can't trade when the market is doing this, and this. You can't do nothing. And you're like, damn. Well, when can I do it? You can only do it when it does this. And you see the example of it doing it. So now you're like, all right, I got it. Now, every day when you come on the charts, most of the time the market is not doing that. Most of the time the market is doing this. It's doing everything that you know could make you lose. You see what I'm saying? Now, where does that leave you? Now you're forced to deal with developing patience, because without patience, you're gonna trade when when all of this shit is going on that can make you lose a trade. You're gonna trade because you don't have patience. So look at how the lack of patience is the reason why you'll lose. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when you ask the question, when you're like, well, you know, is it okay to trade every day? It's only okay to trade when the market gives you wins. You see what I'm saying? Whether that's every day, it might only be once a week. It might be once in 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? But now you have to question yourself and say, well, am I okay with that? Or am I not okay with that? And do I feel like, you know, I want something more than that? Well, I want more trades than once every 2 weeks. I'm not saying that it's going to be once every 2 weeks, but what if it is? Like, what you going to do if it take you 2 weeks to get one trade? You see what I'm saying? So now comes all of the other elements of the way that we do things on Team Alliance, because now you'll hear me talk about like giving value to your trades, you know, maintaining discipline and not deviating from your training, regardless of what goes on in the market. If you don't get trades, so what? Like, these are things that are not the easiest things to learn and to grow and to do, because it means that you not only are being held accountable, but it means that the patience that you need is not optional. You have to develop the patience. Otherwise, you're going to do stuff, and whatever you do, the action that you take, if it's outside of the framework of what you're being trained to do, you will lose. You may not lose right away, but you're going to lose, because you're going to as soon as you do it, you're in a loop that you can't get out of. As soon as you take a trade when you know that you weren't supposed to be trading and you win, that's worse than losing, because it means you're going to lose later. You won that one. Now you feel pumped up and puffed up, and you're like, yeah, I got it. Shit, I'm going to get a trade every day like this. You shouldn't even been in that trade. Now you thinking you can do that every day. Now you start doing it every day until you lose. And then when you lose, you devastated because you feel like you were doing what you were supposed to be doing when in actuality you were not. You should not have even been in the market at all. Yet you were trading every day in a market that you shouldn't be in. You see what I'm saying? So that's why when people ask me that type of question, I'm like, you should only trade when the opportunity is presented to you by the market for you to win. That's the answer to the question. And that's a good question that you're asking, because, you know, like, everybody asks that, but that's the real answer. That is the real answer. Jelani said, this training this week was very powerful. Definitely got a lot of reviewing to do over the weekend. JR was good. Yeah, so Yeah, so that really is a solid answer. Definitely. Jay Carly said got about 62-0 and then bam. Telling you, man. You know, so that's how it goes. Then it makes you question, well, what were you doing to get all of those wins? It's like, were those wins really wins? Or were they mixed in with a bunch of stuff that maybe I shouldn't have been doing that I was getting away with? You know what I'm saying? So, and then that brings me back to the whole idea of giving value to your trades. But I'm gonna be on YouTube in a little while. I gotta get off of this. I'm about to start driving. And my wife about to come in here and start making all type of noise. So, I'm out. Alright, I'll see y'all on YouTube. Peace.